a little spin. What's up, backroaders? Just thought I'd share with you one of my favorite rides. This is my 1993 Harley 883 Deluxe, and I bought it about a year ago. It was kind of in rough shape, needed some TLC, and but it runs really good, and it's a blast to ride. This past weekend we had the Milwaukee Rally here in Milwaukee. I'm not in Milwaukee, actually. I'm a little bit outside of it, but Oconomowoc, Wisconsin Harley, they had demo days, and they had the demo truck there, and they had the new bikes, and I took a couple for a ride. I took actually 5 for a ride, but the 2 I want to share with you was the Harley Pan American and the new Harley Sportster S. That new motor is fantastic. I really enjoyed getting to know those a little bit, but it's quite a bit different than the old Harley Sportsters, that's for sure. The little Sportster S is like a little rocket. So I thought I'd share some of the video with you. Hope you enjoy it. Oh man, I like that. That's a different sound. So there's the Pan America right there, that picture. That's what I'm riding. I'm riding an all black one. And I'll be honest with you, this test ride wasn't really much of a test ride. It was more of a beatdown. Because I really don't have much interest in buying this bike, so I didn't ask a lot of questions like what all the controls were. You got the 4-way switches on each side and some other various buttons that I really don't even know what they are. And I only know a few things about this bike from what I've read online. My main interest in riding this bike was I wanted to feel what that Revolution Max motor felt like. It's, as you can see, it's got plenty of power. 150 horse, 95 foot-pounds of torque. That torque comes in at, max torque comes in at 6,700 RPM. So obviously this is nothing like your typical Harley Davidson motor. It's all in the higher revs. 150 horses at 9,000 RPMs and 95 foot-pounds of torque is at 6,700 RPMs. The bike's MSRP base price is $19,999, so $20,000. Curb weight is 560 pounds. It holds 5.5 gallons of fuel. Seat height is 31 inches. And it has a ground clearance of a little over 8 inches. So for off-roading, it probably can get over quite a few things. This windshield, I like its adjustability, and it works pretty well. I would say when it's all the way down, you get a fair amount of wind in your face and in your chest. In the middle is your best coverage, and when you go all the way up, the windshield actually sort of lays back, and that directs the wind pretty much right at your face, but still keeps it off your chest. And it works pretty well for such a small windshield. Other items about this bike, and obviously you can get it with the panniers and the luggage and all that. I'm not sure what the cost is I believe you could ride this bike for weeks and not get tired of it. It's very comfortable. You can stand up on it like I'm doing here. You can stand up on it very comfortably. Put your knees in the tank and you can reach the bars just fine. I'm 5'10" and I can reach everything just fine. It's not too cramped and it's not too big. It fits me very well. I know some people call this thing the dirt glide, and I believe obviously because of the nose, it really resembles the road glide with that square shark nose on it. I personally like it. I think it's a much more attractive looking bike versus the KTMs and even the BMWs, but of course that's personal opinion. So I've never ridden a bike before that had the anti-lock brakes on them, and it works wonderful. I was grabbing the binders pretty hard, and I could feel the anti-locks kicking, especially right here over that bump. Great safety features. I know there's some other safety features on this thing as far as controls and keeping the rider out of trouble, but the anti-lock brakes felt really good. The route we were on was pretty short, about a 10 to 15 minute ride. It was hard to give it back. I would have loved to have spent a half a day on it to really get to know it, but then I'm pretty sure I probably would have wanted one. So if you get a chance, take one of these things for a spin. They're a blast. Oh my God, you hit that power band? Woo. Oh man, you gotta try that.
Yeah,
it's so roomy and so nice. You can stand it up if you want to do. Man, that was a nice bike.
Same motor as what was on that Sportster, but it's another 30 horse.
Yeah, I hit it a couple times. When it hits that power band, you
about 6,000 RPMs on up. It goes.
She pulls, yeah.
It pulls really hard.
Don't hit it unless you want to. And be ready.
I broke it in on the beach in Virginia.
Did you?
Yep.
It's a nice bike.
Took it off the trailer, PDI'd it. Me and this, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I took it out for the afternoon. I put almost 300 miles on it.
Yeah? How did you feel after 300 miles? Your ass feel good?
No problem whatsoever.
Yeah?
That thing's comfortable. It's smooth.
You sit right in there.
Yeah, and with 2 people up on that bike, it's as smooth as 1 person on that bike.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll try the Sportster since I get...
My old ass, I don't know about this. Hey, don't do like I had a guy do the other day. He backed up about 3 steps, skipped to get up there, kicked his foot up. He put his foot into the side of the seat and went over on the kickstand and knocked him on his ass. I said, dude, come on. You just got your ass kicked by a motorcycle. Don't tell nobody. I said, take a look around. We're all watching.
We're all watching, yep.
Are you taking a sporty?
Yeah.
That bike is wicked fun.
Okay, have fun, guys.
All right, thank you.
Enjoy it.
So now this Sportster S, I was really interested in riding. It was definitely different, even though it has the same engine as the Pan America. It is detuned by 30 horse. So this one here, the specs show it as a Revolution Max 1250T motor, and the T I guess stands for torque because it still has 121 horse and it maintained the 94 foot-pounds of torque. The horsepower comes in at 7,500 RPMs, but the max torque comes in at 6,000. Bike weighs 502 pounds, and it has a lot of technology packed into that speedometer. It's got a Bluetooth connectivity for moving maps and navigation. Once you get into the power band of this bike, it's hard to get back out of it. It's so much fun. A buddy of mine was riding the Lowrider S, which supposedly had the Stage 2 kit in it. As you can see, the Sportster has no problem putting them away. I know people out there talk about the Sportster as being sort of the beginner bike, and I don't really know why they always got that, because the Sportsters, they're always been kind of well, like the name says, sporty. They're kind of quick, they're light, but this bike goes a little bit further. It's just wild. It's got a nice tone to it as well. I really like the sound of it. This is that Lowrider S. The Sportster is definitely not a big bike. It's very short, very stout, but it's still roomy. I mean, even though it's a small bike, with the forward controls, it has plenty of room for a nice afternoon ride or doing a poker run. I don't think you would get too cramped up. It does have mid controls available for it if you really want an even sportier feel to it. And with this bike being priced at $15,000, I would say it's probably pretty comparable to other bikes of its type and size and performance abilities. So much like my 883, my old 883, I think this bike would be perfect for somebody who just wants to take a jaunt around town or maybe do a 100-mile poker run on a Saturday afternoon. It would just be a lot of fun to ride. So at the end of the day, I can honestly say I love the old Harleys as much as I love the new ones. If you get a chance to get out and ride them, give them a try. I think they're great designs, and it's really good to see Harley venturing out, trying something different.